Hey everybody, it is John the Comic Guy, and I want to share with you today a few books that I just picked up, but there are two people that I really have to thank for these books. The first is Kevin Webster. Kevin Webster is from Central Jersey, and Matt from Patriot Comics. Now, these guys are fantastic, and if you haven't picked up my hints yet on finding a network of people who you trust, you really like, you enjoy doing business with, you really need to do it. So Matt and Kevin and I have bought books from each other. We've traded books together. Again, these are just great top shelf guys. And by the way, in 2025, we're looking at putting together local comic conventions, whether it's monthly, quarterly, we're not sure yet. But we're working together, the Three Musketeers, Kevin, Matt, and I, to do something like that in the Southern Jersey area because it just seems like this market will support that. But let me take you through at least the steps here. So first is Kevin does, as well as Matt and I, local conventions. And so if you ever see Kevin, give him a big hello for me. The guy's great. Again, Kevin Webster. And he picked up a recent collection of magazine and comics, and a lot of it was either war or horror-based. Now, as you can imagine, I like horror-based stuff. Matt from Patriot loves horror-based stuff. In fact, as Matt and I were talking, he likes horror stuff more than he likes superhero stuff. So this is right in his alley. So now we both get a text, right? We're working on doing comic conventions together, and Kevin shows us some pictures of his recent pickup, the collection he got, and Matt and I are both now salivating as we're receiving these texts. So Krista and I already had plans. We have to do food shopping. We have to do some errands, right? I have responsibilities. Matt is like, I could come over right now and look at this stuff. They're arranging to do that, but some of these books that I know Matt already has, right? I mean, Matt has not only an amazing horror collection, but can I just say his house is sort of and if you haven't seen Matt's videos, when he shows you his room, I saw it firsthand, right? I'm there. It's like a little museum. It's like a museum. The guy's crazy. It's amazing. But, so, Kevin and Matt were meeting. Krista and I were doing our errands, but Matt knew exactly what I was looking for. And I'm going to show you the books that he got for me because he says, hey, John, I'm going to be there. And I know he doesn't need them. And he says, I'll pick them up for you if the price is right. And, of course, the price was right. Again, I have to stress, having a network of great people, and Kevin and Matt are great people, you're going to get your collection to expand in a very affordable way. So now, if I'm going to, it's going to be over here. So check this card above you because I used to have such jealousy of my friend Ernie who used to have these. And this is the first time I ever got comics like this. It's actually not even comics. They're not even quite magazines. Monster Times. And this happens to be Monster Times issue number 4. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. So, again, Kevin had them. He let them go at a very affordable price. Matt picked them up for me, and then later in the day after I was done with my errands, went to Matt's house, saw his museum-like room, and I paid him for him picking them up for me. So, again, great guys. You need to find a network of people that you can trust and trade. Monster Times, issue number 5. I'll show this really quick, too, because not only do I have this with the creature from the Black Lagoon, total coolness. In fact, when I was a kid, the creature from the Black Lagoon actually creeped me the heck out, but cool, really cool. But I have 2 issues of that. What am I going to do with 2? I'm not sure yet. I may end up letting one go, but for now, I'm not in a rush. Again, I've never had Monster Times before. And by the way, Monster Times came out in 1972. It came out and was published by Monster Times Publication. And it was actually meant to be a direct competitor to the Warren magazine, Famous Monsters of Filmland. So, how did they fare? Not sure. Ultimately, I think Famous Monsters of Filmland were victorious. I think they ended out lasting longer. But Monster Times initially came out every 2 weeks. Then it went to monthly, I think, and then maybe it went actually bi-monthly towards the end. But I always liked Monster Times and never even had a single issue before these I'm showing you. It's all newsprint. There's nothing glossy about these, but they fit in a magazine type of a bag. I actually put them in Mylar that is for graded books, and it fits really, really nice. Here's issue number 7 with Godzilla, but right in the Mylar it looks fantastic. Because they're actually a little bigger than magazine size boards, I don't know if you could see it, but what I did is I actually got a glue gun and glued 2 boards together to accommodate the extra height, and it packs it really nicely. So, and a Mylar with the double boarding, it actually comes out quite nice. Issue number 9. Now again, I'm going to say check above. Look right above here because I don't know if this monster looks familiar to you, but when I did an interview with Ernie when we started talking about toys, he actually has a toy from the Colorform Aliens monsters that looks just like this. So really cool, and you'll see the toy above. Just click that link and I assure you that is not a cheap toy. So pretty cool, right? Monster Times issue 11. Imagine the joy when Kevin sent us these pictures. I'm thinking, wow, if you're gonna let these go, and in my mind I knew Matt already had them. It's like this is a jackpot. I went from 0 to 11 issues. This is issue 12. Gorgo. Really cool. This is issue number 24. You gotta love the skull with the impaled eyes with the daggers. Very, very cool. Monster Times, man. They don't make them like that anymore. Monster Times issue 25. Little wolf man with the girl hanging on a motorcycle. Hey, is that kind of cool? Monster Times issue number 33. Clearly celebrating Planet of the Apes. And last but not least for my Monster Times issue 36. I'm guessing this is the werewolf with another victim. Do you guys own any Monster Times? Do you remember seeing them on the newsstand? I have never seen a Monster Times on the newsstand, and I guess that's one of the reasons I have that jealousy of Ernie. He was able to pick them up. By the way, not only did he pick them up, he still has his, right? Who are these people who have such forethought to keep things in nice condition? I was not one of those kids, but I got them now. So that's my last Monster Time. Here's one more book that I want to share. It's another recent pickup. I don't often pick things up on eBay. I don't like paying that premium price, right? It's fair market value. I rather buy collections, but knowing that I don't actively collect many titles, that's actually not entirely true. And the next book, before I show you the book, I want to thank our sponsor, ComicSkin.com. So Mark out at ComicSkin has offered to give 5% off on the singles, the 5-packs, and the 10-packs. This is a ComicSkin. I'm going to show you my custom label in a moment. But if you put at checkout in the coupon code John the Comic Guy 5, John the Comic Guy 5, you'll get 5% off again the singles, the 5-packs, and the 10-packs. So Mark, cheers. Thank you for doing that. And this is the book that I did get on eBay because I so rarely see these. I've never gotten them in a collection. These are all books that I had to end up getting on eBay. Yellow Jacket number 5. Vince Harley, the man who says bees to me. You probably, and if you don't remember or you didn't see my video on the first horror story published in comics, right? Check out the link above. And you'll see this is a superhero title, but issue number 1 actually had an Edgar Allan Poe story published. So it was actually the first horror story published, while Eerie comic was the first horror title. This was the first, and it precedes Eerie by about a year and 3/4. So, um, Yellow Jacket number 5. Now, getting this, I am only missing 1 out of the 11 published Yellow Jacket titles, and that's issue number 2. I'm going to flash the cover on the screen. So I have 1, and then 3 through 10. It was a 10-issue series, but also then they changed the name to Jack in the Box Comics, which, check out the link above. That apparently is an extremely rare book that, again, the subject matter expert said there are only 2 in existence. I happen to know that's not correct because I myself own 2 copies of it. But the fact of the matter is that it apparently is pretty rare. So I hope you check the link above and you'll see that video on me sharing the rarity of Jack in the Box number 11, which actually has the last published Yellow Jacket story. So again, Vince Harley, The Golden Age Yellow Jacket, Bees to Me, issue number 5. So happy to have this. I'm only missing 1. And again, you know, there's a limit to what I'm willing to pay for a comic book, but I'm so glad I ended up getting this. And as you could tell, it's a 2.0. This is a low-grade book, but it was published January of 1945. Sometimes beggars can't be choosy, and hopefully I'm going to get issue number 2 one of these days and complete my Yellow Jacket series. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this content, I would ask you to please hit the subscribe button. And everybody, I will talk to you soon.